Hey everybody, it's Finch here, bringing you episode 1 of Weapon History 101. Sorry about that. So I'm going to go ahead and let you see this picture right here and give you pretty much the information of what the PP90M1 to PP19, what kind of ammunition it fires, and so on. So down in the bottom right corner, it gives you pretty much in the perspective of what kind of ammunition it fires as well. So let me go ahead and get into the video game clip itself, and I hope you enjoy, guys. So again, welcome everybody. Now I try to do the intro separate than the actual game commentary video or sound clip itself, so I hope it's not too raggedy or anything like that. But this is going to be episode 1 of Weapon History 101. Now of course I wanted to do my favorite weapon and go ahead and get it out of the way, even though some people would prefer to do it last, but I was so excited to try to bring this to the channel that the PP90M1, or you can also call it the PP19, as you can tell, is a Russian-based submachine gun. Now it's really cool because this weapon is really one of my, like I said, one of my favorite weapons overall in the game, and that it fires just a small, simple 9mm round. But if you think about it, this gun can fire a rapid amount of 9mm downrange. Now I looked it up on Wikipedia, but I could have gone more in depth with this gun and try to find out more information about it. But I just kind of wanted to get it just a general information about it, just to be able to give you guys pretty much the first episode of the series. Now, with this gun having a fire rate between 500 to 800 rounds a minute, it's pretty impressive for a submachine gun that's based out of Russia. Now, if some of you know your history, and of course, are Call of Duty fanatics, when you played the old Call of Duties, and you played as the Russians, of course, the Russians had the PPSH, which was also a phenomenal submachine gun that a lot of people believe won them the war, at least on their end. Now, aside, the PP90 was developed in the early to mid 90s and has been pretty much been out since the 90s and was tested and stuff like that. And with the weight of this gun and only 4.5 to 5 pounds unloaded and roughly 6.5 pounds loaded, it's pretty impressive submachine gun. It kind of reminds you of in a slight way, an MP5. Now, I've never really truly held an MP5 in my hands, nor any of these weapons that are in this game, except the closest I've come to holding a 357, or at least a 44 mag, was a 357 Smith & Wesson, but that was about it. But with this PP90 is one of my, like I said, is one of my favorite weapons of this game, and a lot of people dog this gun for some strange reason. I know there's a lot of information, there's a lot of people talking about how they hate this weapon and they wish it could have been better. But honestly, this weapon is actually developed really well in this game, and as of real life, I would love to test fire one in real life too. Its gun seems like it's really a really sturdy weapon. It seems that it would put down enemies or any trespassers or whatever you're using it for, defensive, whatever. And of course, I wouldn't say terrorism, but yeah, I'm not going to go into that. No, I'm not a terrorist. I don't want to give information out to terrorists. But anyways, the system, the feed system in this gun is pretty awkward. Now, I have a reading and spelling disability, so people always joke on me and stuff like that. But the feed system for the ammo is just, there's two different types. There is the round box ammo, pretty much, if it kind of gives you an idea, think about the Tommy gun or the Thompson typewriter, whatever you want to call it, the drum for that, or the actual feeding system that is in Modern Warfare 3 is the same type of feed system that is on the P90. It's really weird how this gun works because everybody really called it the Super Soaker gun and stuff like that, and I can see, and everybody can understand why. But this gun is actually, it's got a really cool feed system in it because the P90 was one of my favorite weapons as well in Call of Duty, and I hate to say that in this installment of Call of Duty that it's really drained it for me because, like I said, I loved the gun, but I think that they should bring new weapons in. But it's got the same feed system. They both share the same feed system, and that both of them, I believe the P90 fires a 9mm round, but we'll find out later on. And don't ruin it. Oh, of course, I'm going to say don't post anything about the P90, but I have a feeling that people are going to post about it anyways. But in general, this is such, it's such a great weapon to use in the game. And in perspective in real life, you have to think about it, that a submachine gun that can fire between 5 to 700 rounds, and of course this goes to 5 to 8, that's a pretty damaging weapon if you use it in like a close quartered area. I think that if you were to somehow integrate to where you can get a better gripping system on this gun, it would make it even better in real life. Now in the game, like I said, it's really not big of a problem, but you have to think about it in real life that you're pretty much holding on to the clip for the ammunition to be able to hold this weapon to aim it. And of course, it's only firing 9mm rounds, so it really doesn't. I wouldn't expect it to have that much kick in real life, and it really doesn't have much kick in the game, anyways. And of course, I think a lot of us can remember how much kick that the PPSH had in a game, and of course that gun's got some pretty good kick in real life too. I've seen video clips on it and stuff like that. So it's kind of, you know, throughout the years, guns are upgraded to have. What is it called? Like they become better, become less jumpy, and better feed system, and so on. You know, it just depends on how it all works out and whose perspective. You know, how do y'all really look at it? Now, the firing action on this gun is also a blowback, which is a really good thing for them to do for this weapon because it helps to recoil and stuff like that, and it gives you kind of a perspective of how well this gun can actually really work in a close quarter situation. Now, I think it would be kind of tricky if you're under fire and you hesitate for just a second while reloading this gun. That could actually probably cost you your life. So I can see that being the one big downside of this weapon, but it just depends. With the drum, or I call it a drum, but with the round box ammunition, holds about 32 rounds, and with the like I can't pronounce it, but the same PP90 clip, the other version, holds about 64 rounds. So if you think about it in real life, if you're running with either or, you have a 30 round difference in both of the magazines. So you kind of had to think a little bit, but it just depends on what your situation is. So that's pretty much the weapon history 101 for the PP90M1 / the PP19. If you wanted to know any more information, Google it, look it up online and stuff like that. Sorry if the episode really wasn't that long. I just kind of threw it up to get the last second to have something to upload for Monday. But again, thank you guys for watching. Leave your comments down below of what you thought of the first episode. And if I can improve on something, please don't be hesitant to leave a comment down below. So again, from everybody from Pure, keep gaming, take care, and be safe, everybody. Keep gaming pure. Peace.